My name is Marco Tabo, and you are watching The Big Issue. Today we talk football. Now, football is not about suffering. It's about enjoyment, control the ball, be friendly, try to attack, and try to score goals. Of course, defending is also part of it, but you can defend in a lot of ways. These were words from the great Johan Cruyff. Now, for 90 minutes, 22 men do the chasing, but there would always be a winner. Now, rivalries have become that X factor. Pelé, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff, Paulo Maldini, Marco van Basten, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo de Lima, Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo. I can go on and on. But one rivalry has refused to fizzle away, and that's the rivalry between the fans of two great football icons, Messi and Ronaldo. These footballers keep serving the sauce with their beautiful talent that does the talking on the pitch. Remember, I would always say if the issue is not big enough, it has no business here. Now, on the GOAT edition of The Big Issue, who is the greatest of all time between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi? Now, in a bid to settle this, I've got two vibrant sports enthusiasts. First, I have Samuel Victor, a sports presenter and analyst, and he will be defending the motion that Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest of all time. Come on, put your hands together for him. Come on over. All right, you're welcome. That hand is not big enough. Come on. I need something far away. Take it right there. All right. And of course, and his rival is also another sports analyst, Agbasiri Elias Alex. He will be holding sway that Messi is the greatest of all time. Come on over, my brother. Put your hands together for him. All right, quickly, I have to set the ball right here, but I have to remind you that I'm the anchor, I'm the host, I'm the referee, I'm the linesman, I'm the VAR, and guys, I came prepared for all of you. Now, take a look at this. What is this? Yellow card, right? And what is this? Red card. Good. If I spot any infringement in that crowd, you get a yellow card. And if you get a second yellow card, that is an automatic red. Now, if you get a straight red, you'll be missing 3 episodes from today. You want to try me? You want to try me? Come on, guys, let's begin this. Come on, put your hands together. All right, very good, Alex. Now, very quickly, I know how it is like with your love for Ronaldo. Now, make your case very quickly.
Well, where to start? It's obviously a very big issue, like you mentioned. And for such a big issue, the only way to go has to be the CR7 way, because he's absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, the most fantastic player we've seen in the last couple of decades. Right. I bet the fans do agree with me.
Do you agree with him?
Of course, you have to agree with me. You have to. I mean, if anything, his stats do say it. He says it all. Ronaldo is got to be the most fantastic player, like I said, in recent times. We've seen him win trophies. We've seen him lead his teams, Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Portugal, to various things. Now, to be the best, to be the very best, this is something I like to say. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And over the years, we've seen Ronaldo. He's not just trying to set the bar. He is the bar. Cristiano Ronaldo is the bar.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the bar.
Yes, he is the bar. Thank you, thank you. He has consistently not just tried to maintain that bar, but he has consistently raised that bar to the next level because he wants to be the best. You made mention of a couple of great legends, if I can put it that way. Pelé, Maradona, Johan Cruyff and co. These are guys that over the years, throughout their playing careers, they try to be the very best. And that is one thing Cristiano has maintained. He's done it better than all of these legends, I beg to differ. He's done it better than they are. But one thing he's done it in a totally different level. Messi, no doubt, is a very good player. Take that nothing away from him. But the only person that has not just come close to Messi, but surpassed Messi in any way you want to look at it, it's got to be Cristiano Ronaldo. For me, Cristiano Ronaldo, sorry, I'm even mumbling his name. Wow. He's not just a GOAT, but he is the GOAT.
Wow, fantastic. Come on, put your hands together for him. All right. Alex, now the ball is right in your court right now.
No, I don't agree. You talked about, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo being the GOAT. You know, football is all about, you know, for star players, football is all about not just playing in one position. Ronaldo, I see Ronaldo as a great player, but I see Ronaldo as a better goal scorer. He's a goal scorer. Messi, on the other hand, is a fantastic player. He's a complete player. Messi plays football, you know, better than any other player in, you know, in the history of football. Now, this is a man that suffered growth hormone deficiency as a little boy coming into Barcelona. I know a lot of fans, especially Cristiano Ronaldo fans, will tell you Messi needs to go somewhere else to prove himself. I don't believe that. If Salah in the Premier League can raise the bar and win the Golden Boot in the Premier League, then Messi can do the same when he goes to the Premier League. So I'm not talking about Messi. You know, I'm not talking about Messi not, you know, having to go to other leagues to prove himself. It's just simple. The guy plays football. When he's kicked, he gets back up, plays football. And, you know, many greats will tell you, sometimes Messi plays football games like PS2 and video games, you know, just goes there, boom, boom, bang, and the ball is in the back of the net. It's great. What he does...
Boom, boom, bang.
Yeah, wonderful. You know, what he does is simply... you know, what he does... You know, what Messi does simply in football games, it's alarming. And, you know, when you keep doing that season in, season out, week in, week out, setting the bar every single season at Barcelona. I mean, we talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo came to La Liga and spent 9 seasons, and he never beat Messi for any record. So that's one of the things I would use in making this start, because Messi has more La Liga trophies than Ronaldo, and Ronaldo played in the La Liga for 9 seasons. I mean,
goodness, 9 seasons, what happened?
You can talk, Mark, you can talk about the statistics, you can talk about the number of years Messi spent in Spain. But then again, before Messi moved to the La Liga with Real Madrid, he did play for Manchester United. Before that, he played for Sporting Lisbon. And then he also played for the Portuguese national team. And now he's playing for Juventus of Italy. Now, this is a player, like I mentioned, he consistently tries to be the best and beat records consistently. Before he moved to Spain, Ronaldo was clearly the best player in England with Manchester United. He won laurels with Manchester United. He won the Champions League with Manchester United. He won FA Cups with Manchester United, not just winning these trophies, but he was the most important player for Manchester United at that time. Sir Alex Ferguson at that point described him as the best player he's ever seen. He was just 17 or 18 or probably 20 if I'm not mistaken at that point. And to achieve such a feat at such a young age is something we don't see quite regularly. Now he clearly dusted the Premier League. Now he moved on to better things in Spain. At that point, he dusted it. There was no player that was close to Ronaldo in the Premier League at that point in time. There was absolutely no player. There were players there, but they didn't measure up to Ronaldo. Now he moved on. After having had his fill with the Premier League, he moved on to the La Liga, which at that point was described as the biggest league. He moved on there, and he did not just compare with Messi. There were greats before him. There was the likes of Zidane, there was the likes of Beckham, but these guys never came close to competing with Messi. Now, Ronaldo came with Real Madrid that have been in the doldrums for quite a number of years, and he made Madrid become very, very important. Madrid had been struggling with La Decima, that's the Champions League, the 10th Champions League, for years. But Ronaldo came, and it was under his leadership that they won the La Decima. It was under him that they won the league after so many years. So we're looking at a player that did not just win trophies for Real Madrid, but he also came and even, for me, surpassed Messi in terms of statistics. He took Real Madrid to the next level, gave them trophies, won this same statistic. You can talk about stats all you want. Ronaldo has his, Messi has his. Stats are something that is that is synonymous with both players. Messi has the stats, no doubt. Ronaldo does. Ronaldo, talking about statistics, is Real Madrid's all-time goal scorer. We're talking about beating a player like Ferenc Puskás, the Real Madrid great. We're talking about beating players like Raul. We're talking about beating players like, you know, Beckham and co.
Now, hold your thought right there. You heard what he said. He said he dusted the Premier League and went to Spain and dominated. And when he got there, he made Real Madrid very important. What is your case?
Yes, he made Real Madrid more important, if you ask me. But my case is he came into the La Liga as a well-established player from Manchester United. And, you know, you talk about him being in the league. He won the La Liga just twice. Let's be realistic here.
Just twice.
Ronaldo won the La Liga just twice in 9 seasons.
Real was struggling.
And he had Messi. And he had
Real
Messi.
was struggling to win it before he arrived.
Even if Real was struggling to, he just said that Ronaldo made Real Madrid a better team. And I'm telling you now that Ronaldo won the La Liga just twice, playing in La Liga.
For 9 seasons.
For 9 seasons. And he won the Copa del Rey. He won the Copa del Rey once.
That's exactly
and now,
my point.
talking about Lionel Messi. Messi started, you know, just to use the word, Messi started, you know, popping or being in limelight when it comes to Barcelona in 2008-2009 season. It wasn't as if Messi started playing and, you know, making name for himself in 2004. This started in 2008-9 season, and that was the same season Ronaldo was transferred into Real Madrid.
For world record fee.
So you understand, Messi at 22
not every player gets
treble.
transferred for world record fee. When you say that, please mention that. World record fee.
World record fee.
I mean, Neymar trashed that some seasons
at that
ago.
point
So
in
we're not
time,
talking
that's
about,
my statement.
we're not talking about now.
World record fee
What we are
time.
saying here is Messi and Ronaldo lived through the La Liga for 9 seasons.
Okay.
And Messi has better stats than Cristiano Ronaldo. It's understandable. Fine, the stats will come out that Messi played for only Barcelona, or is playing for only Barcelona as we speak. Currently, we know what Barcelona did for Lionel Messi.
But here's an argument before you continue. There's always this argument that Cristiano Ronaldo is a complete player. He's a dribbler, he's good in the air, he's good on the ground, his dribbling skills and everything. Now, Messi is said to be that guy who is a bit on the weaker side sometimes. He's not really physically, you know, as tough as Cristiano Ronaldo. What would you make of that argument?
Well, clearly, Ronaldo started as a player that dribbles past players, hits 45-yard shots into the back of the net. Fantastic. But when he came into Real Madrid, he granted an interview and he said something. I came into Spain, I score goals, I love the goals that I score, I want to score more goals. Okay. That's how Ronaldo is the highest goal scorer in the history of Real Madrid. And let me tell you something, Messi started as a player that dribbles, gets kicked, doesn't fall, just steps up and goes on with the game. Messi is still that player up till date. Messi goes past 4 or 5 players up till date. It's still the same thing we see about Lionel Messi. From day one up to date, Messi still plays the same way Messi has been playing.
Right.
We know. But for Ronaldo, it's a different ball game. Ronaldo at Manchester United is not the same Ronaldo we see now at Juventus. Remember the game against Ajax, the Juventus game against Ajax. Now, Ronaldo did something that caught my eye. I don't know if you guys saw that. Ronaldo, at some point, Juventus were leading by 1-0. Exactly. Ronaldo scored the goal for Juventus, obviously. Then Ajax came back into the game 2-1. And do you know what Juventus did? They had that thing in their mind that Ronaldo is a goal scorer. So they just send him, they sent him up front and they start throwing the balls. But it didn't work for Juventus. So Ronaldo is a complete goal scorer. I understand that he scores with his chest, head, every part of his body scores goals. But a complete player, I'm not going to agree with that because Messi makes, Messi assists, Messi dribbles, Messi scores, and Messi does great things on the football field. That's it.
Now you heard his face. He said he doesn't agree that your man is the complete player because Messi does everything he mentioned.
I'm not surprised he doesn't agree with that, but dribbling, scoring, and all those are parts of football. Even Neymar does it, Hazard does it, Hazard dribbles. Every extraordinary player will do that. But then again, what distinguishes a GOAT or the GOAT is what we are talking about.
Greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time. Players do these things anyway. So what makes you that extra special is what we are talking about, being a goal scorer. When your team needs you, you step up to the plate. We saw the Liverpool Barcelona game. And I don't know if you saw it, for large spells of the game, the whole Barcelona players were looking up to Messi. Could you do something, please? Do something. But we saw him at some point shying away from responsibility. That is one thing Cristiano Ronaldo will never do. He will never do. At the European Championship, we saw Portugal looking up to Ronaldo. They needed inspiration. They needed someone to do the business for them. He limped off injured, but we saw the passion from Ronaldo. We saw that GOAT quality from Ronaldo. He stood on the touchline. Even when Fernando Santos was confused, the coach, he stood up there and he orchestrated things from the touchline. And Portugal, the players looked up to him. That's the GOAT of all time. We need to do what he says. And they responded and went on to win the championship. So that is what I'm talking about. It's not just about scoring goals. It's about doing the business on the day. Ronaldo, as much as Messi can dribble, we saw him in his Manchester United days. We saw him in his Real Madrid days. But then again, it's the question of evolution as a player. Ronaldo has evolved from being that sometimes selfish player to being more of a team player. We saw him, he's changed positions from being a right winger to a left winger. And at Real Madrid, he was a central striker. Real Madrid had to sell their strikers off because they knew Ronaldo can do the business. That doesn't just come with any player. Okay. You have to be a GOAT to be given such responsibility.
Okay, before we go for this break, he actually mentioned something now that Ronaldo is a versatile player. Yeah. You see, he's mentioned the positions he's played. Yeah. Now, what case are you going to make for Messi with this argument right now? Quickly, before we go for this break.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about looking up to Cristiano Ronaldo, it's understandable. Ronaldo does those things sometimes for the cameras, and, it's fantastic.
For the cameras?
Yeah, for the cameras.
My goodness.
For the cameras. And it's good to
that's what makes him a GOAT. That's what makes him a GOAT.
What I would tell you about looking up to players, if not for guys like Gonzalo Higuain, Messi would have won the World Cup. If not for guys like Gonzalo Higuain, Messi would have won the Copa America twice. Now you talk about looking up to a player. Messi took Argentina single-handedly to the World Cup by scoring that hat-trick against Ecuador in 2017's qualifier. So when you talk about look up to play, Messi steps up, but the guys around him, are they stepping up?
Messi steps up. We're about to step up right now because we are going for this break. And if you're just joining us, this is still the big issue. All right, we're still on this. Welcome back on the show, and this is still the big issue. Now, we are still looking at the subject matter. Who is the real GOAT? Now, you're just joining us. You're hearing GOAT. That's just the acronym for greatest of all time, and we're looking at Messi or Ronaldo. So far, these two guys have been making the points and establishing their points regarding how best you can be convinced that these guys are really doing a great job, but we are still on the show. So if you're just seated, don't worry, we got you covered all the way. Now, Alex, very quickly, I know you were making some points earlier on. You want to kick that off quickly before we continue?
Yeah, just talking about looking up to Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, and Messi and Ronaldo, who steps up in big moments, in football. I'll tell you something, Ronaldo steps up in big moments. I can commend that. They did that in the Champions League back to back to back. It's understandable, that's great. But I tell you something, for Messi, on the other hand, sometimes when a player can't define a football game, sometimes you need those guys around you, the midfielders, the defenders and all that. And, he brought a point about the game against Liverpool yesterday. I'll tell you something, Jordi Alba, the Barcelona player, costed the first goal. The second goal was nobody's fault. It was, brilliant attack from Liverpool. But you talk about Messi. Barcelona had 8 shots at goal, at Liverpool's goal yesterday. 5 came from Lionel Messi. 3 was created by Messi. Now that tells you the story. He stepped up, but other guys in the team didn't do their bit.
They let him down.
Suarez had, had a pass from Lionel Messi and couldn't put the ball into the back of the net. Same story for Coutinho. He wasn't even in the game. So you talk about Messi stepping up. I've seen Messi do things sometimes, and you sit back and you wonder, how does he do things like this? Copa America, the CONMEBOL, if you guys know, if you watch the, the qualifying series in the Copa America, it's difficult to play football in South America. And I tell you why, because, you don't score a lot of goals, but this man stepped up. He scored a hat-trick against Ecuador at, the capital city in Ecuador. That's a fantastic, that's a fantastic feat for me. Single-handedly brought Argentina to the World Cup when they had no hope of reaching the World Cup. But now we're back to Messi and Ronaldo as rivals in the football game. I'll still pinpoint the fact that Ronaldo spent 9 years in the La Liga, same with Messi, but couldn't beat Messi when it comes to statistics. Statistics can be thrown out of the window, and we look at player for player who is better. But I tell you something, in the El Clasico, Messi has 26 goals in the El Clasico with 14 assists. Ronaldo has 18 goals and 1 assist. He doesn't provide goals. Ronaldo is a goal scorer, and that's why I pinpoint the fact that he's a goal scorer. He's a brilliant goal scorer, no doubt about that. But Messi does something beyond just goal scoring. And Ronaldo is painted by the fans, by the media, everybody, that he's a goal machine. But Messi has 600 club goals. Ronaldo has 601. This is supposed to be a goal machine. Messi play makes, Messi assists. I talked about it before. Messi is just is a complete footballer. I mean, Arsene Wenger was asked who's the best player in the world. He said Lionel Messi. Delima Ronaldo was asked, same story. Neymar looks up to Messi. A lot of players in the world of football looks up to Messi. If you watch football and you see Messi and Ronaldo, come on, tell me Messi is the greatest player of all time.
Wow. Well, I know you have been making your case, but remember when Messi was at Barcelona at a very young age, Pep Guardiola built the team around him, where the likes of Iniesta was, Xavi was, and a host of other big boys. And you would imagine how such a young player caught the heart of a manager, and the manager believed in him, and he delivered for Pep. And remember, since Pep left Barcelona, he hasn't been able to win the Champions League. Everybody is saying, well, Messi actually made it possible for him, but now Pep has been finding it very difficult to win the Champions League without the presence of Messi. What does that tell you about such a player?
Well, it is interesting when you mention that. No doubt, I think he's done so well, alluding to the fact that Ronaldo is a great player. And I will equally toe that line by saying Messi is also a great player. But then again, I think the union between Pep Guardiola and Lionel Messi at Barcelona was well cemented or well cushioned with the whole Barcelona La Masia and the way they play football. It's a religion out there in Spain, so we can understand that. But then again, I think taking away the fact that Ronaldo has done what he's done in 4 of the best leagues in Europe is taking away a huge chunk of the credit from Ronaldo. It's no mean feat, and make no mistake about it. It's no mean feat doing this across 4 different leagues. And what do you say about the fact that at
4 different leagues?
4 different, not just any league. We're talking about 4 of the best leagues in Europe. And not just that, to command the sort of transfer fees Ronaldo has commanded is no mean feat. And at age 34, moving to a league like the Italian Serie A, where we see defenders break knees for fun, it's no mean feat. And he's only been there months, and he's dominating. He's amongst the clubs, among the league's top goal scorers. I think when you take away that fact, the leagues Ronaldo has played in, it's very, very disrespectful, if I can use that word. And just to go back to what he said a couple of minutes ago, he talked about Messi helping Messi helping, I think, Argentina to the World Cup. That's something any player does. Ronaldo also did that. He helped Portugal get to the 2016 World Cup. And not just that, he did it in stunning fashion. And we can talk about the overhead kick. And even at the World Cup, Portugal was struggling with Spain. But we saw him pop up to score. When you see with Ronaldo, he doesn't go looking at who makes the mistake. All Ronaldo is meant to do is score goals to take his team out of a pickle. That is what we are talking about. You don't go looking at where the fault is come from. You mentioned him as a goal machine. That's what he's meant to do. Score goals to take your team out of a difficult situation. It doesn't matter where the mistake comes from. If Ronaldo, I dare to say, Mark, if Ronaldo were playing for Barcelona yesterday, all Barcelona needed to do was just score a goal to go through. And Messi couldn't do that. If Ronaldo was there, he would score more than 1.
All right, fantastic. Now, Alex, he's made a very vital point. He left England, went to Spain. Left Spain, he's now in the Italian Serie A, where they break knees for fun. Now tell me, how else would you describe a player as the greatest of all time? He's dominated England, he's dominated Spain, and is now in Italy. But your man is still stuck in Spain.
Yeah, my man is stuck in Spain. Messi is stuck in Spain. I don't think Messi can leave Barcelona, so let's just, live with that. But, you talk about Ronaldo going to different leagues and performing. He has 3 league titles for different club sides in Europe. That's fantastic. But then again, for Messi, it's just different. He stays at Barcelona, but I give you one stat. Messi has 26 goals scored against the top 6 sides in England. Ronaldo doesn't have that feat. But Ronaldo played in England. And now I asked this question. If Messi was playing in the Premier League and he scored goals against Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United and Man City, what makes you think Messi won't score goals against Everton? What makes you think Messi won't score goals
that we'll never know because he's never played in the league.
Now look at this. Look at this. Messi has scored goals against every top side in Europe. Messi has scored against Bayern Munich. Messi has scored against Bayer Leverkusen.
So has Ronaldo.
Messi has goals against Juventus. Messi has goals against PSG, against Monaco. That is just... If Messi goes into those leagues, Messi will dominate those leagues. Messi can walk into any football side. Messi can walk into any football side and still be the star player.
I tend to disagree with that. We can never say based on assumption. Messi has never played in the Italian Serie A. Messi has never played in the Premiership. Messi has never played in Portugal, so we cannot sit here, or stand here rather, we cannot sit here and base our judgment on playing against Rayo Vallecano or playing against Villarreal.
But do you have a problem with loyalty? Messi is a loyal player. He wants to stay there and be a wartime legend.
When it is placed in the same sentence as the greatest of all time.
Good.
Take nothing away from loyalty. I mean, he talked about the growth hormone and stuff. Ronaldo had deficiencies too, but he didn't dwell on that. If you are going to be regarded in that same bracket, you have to do things that are extraordinary. Go to the La Liga. We regard the English Premiership as the toughest league in the world because of the sort of teams we play in. You don't play against Rayo Vallecano week in, week out. I mean, those guys are not quality, taking nothing away from that. But you see, in England, you play against Everton, teams that are naturally defensive. They don't come out to play football. And if you can break those defenses like Ronaldo did, 38 goals in one season, never been done before. until Ronaldo stepped up to do it for Manchester United. He went to Spain. You talk about 600 and something goals for Messi, but Ronaldo has also 600. That has never been done before. Messi was coasting in Spain until Ronaldo came and made a meal of it. He surpassed most records. Let me look at a few here. First player to win back-to-back Champions League. Messi has never done that.
Yeah.
Champions League top goal scorer. Messi has never done that. I mean, what are we talking about here? Real Madrid's top goal scorer of all time. Messi is not Argentinians. I mean, we also look at the Portuguese national team. Ronaldo single-handedly took Portugal to the Euros and won it. Messi has never won anything with Argentina national team. We cannot, sorry Mark, we cannot talk about the greatest of all time when you don't do it for both club and country.
Okay, fantastic. When you're doing it for both club and country, he said Ronaldo single-handedly took his team to the Euros and won it, and your man is still busy looking for those answers.
Yeah, you know, I like the fact that he's bringing out statistics. It's fantastic.
Let's hear yours.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you talk about Ronaldo, he has 86 goals for Portugal. That's good. I talk about the difficulty when you play football in South America. It's not easy. If you watch the South American leagues and the qualifying stages and even the Copa America, even the one coming up in Brazil 2019, if you watch football in South America, it's not easy. But Messi has 64 goals for Argentina. The great Maradona, he scored the greatest of all time in Argentina, managed 34. Messi has double of what Maradona has done for Argentina. International trophy, fine. Messi has not won anything for Argentina yet in the big stage, but I understand that. But you talk about you know, records and statistics. Messi is the only player in the history of football to ever score 91 goals in a calendar year. In the history of football, nobody has done it. 91 goals, and he played just 69 games. Come on. Just Ronaldo's highest goal in a single calendar year is just 69. He can confirm that for me. It's staggering. When you talk about goals, Messi has the goals. You talk about the dribbles. Messi has the dribbles. You talk about assisting. I mean, who's the player that has ever assisted a goal via penalty? Only Messi has done it in football. Ronaldo, I can tell you, would never pass a penalty to his teammates. We saw that game against Celta Vigo. That was in the 2016 season. Messi passed a penalty to Luis Suarez. That's never been achieved before. If you can remember that game, the commentator said something. I can't say it here. It's pretty, you know, top-notch.
Not friendly.
Yeah, not friendly. So you talk about stats, winning the Champions League back to back. Where was Ronaldo when Messi was winning the Ballon d'Or back to back 4 times in a row? Messi was just 22 years of age. Was just 22 years old. And he won the Ballon d'Or in 2009. Messi is the only player in the history of football to have won the treble twice for the same Barcelona, 2009 and 2015. Ronaldo has played in Spain, in England, in Portugal, in Italy. He has never managed the treble. And what is the treble? The league title, the Champions League, and the Cup. That's the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League.
But then again, I don't think there's anything Messi's won. The Ballon d'Or that you talked about, Ronaldo has 4 equally. I think we don't go looking at how the way you won it, but who has won it. Messi raises his hand, Ronaldo does as well. But listening to you talk, Alex, it's almost as if you are making a case for Lionel Messi. You talked about the South American League being difficult, but I tell you what, the Nigerian League is even more difficult than the South American League. We don't go making excuses for why a league is difficult to make a player seem great. Ronaldo doesn't look at where the league is being played. Yeah. All Ronaldo wants to do is move to a league and dominate.
Right.
Dominate that league. I don't think staying in your comfort zone when you have Iniesta, when you have Xavi, like I made mention, it's about a system. Take away that system and Messi will struggle. Put Messi in Manchester United and Messi will struggle to replicate those things you've mentioned. Take him to Italy and he will struggle to replicate those things. Ronaldo has conquered. And that's the undermining factor here. He has conquered. Messi has struggled to do that outside of his comfort zone.
All right,
that makes him a GOAT.
All right.
I don't agree with, taking Messi to Manchester United, he will struggle. Nah, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
Nah.
Don't worry, when we come back, you agree more. Yeah. No problem, right? Put your hands together for them. When we return, we have members of the audience weighing on this debate with the questions and suggestions as to who is the greatest of all time. Of course, if you're just joining us, this is still the big... We're still right on the big issue. And we are still looking at the greatest of all time, and Messi and Ronaldo are still in contention. They keep dominating the headlines, and we cannot stray from that reality. And that is why that topic is being discussed today on the show. Right now, we have to zoom into the audience and let's see what they've got prepared, because I know they've got questions for our guests. All right, who is going to be knocking off the first question? Tell us your name and who you're directing your question to quickly.
Yeah, my name is Murphy. My question, like, you said something. You said Messi cannot leave
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
I want to know why.
Why?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, first off, Messi joined Barcelona as a 13-year-old boy. And he was diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency in Argentina. And every Argentine club actually rejected Messi at that point. Messi's dad took him to Barcelona at the age of 13. You know, shy kid, crying, wants to stay home, doesn't want to go anywhere. And, you know, Barcelona took this boy with growth hormone deficiency in, like his son.
They had a health problem.
You know, and they paid, I think, an estimated amount of $900 at that time for Messi's
treatment.
You know, treatment and all that. And he was fine. And it's just that thing, when people help you, it's common and it's
you
normal.
have that emotional
you have that
attachment.
emotion for them. And Messi said something, you know, after Barcelona's game against Manchester United at the Nou Camp, he said something, without me, Barcelona would move on. But without Barcelona, I'll be nothing today. So that's why Messi would never leave Barcelona.
Come on, guys. Wow. All right. I hope that settles your doubts. Fantastic.
Ronaldo is the only player to have won the world best while playing for England. Can you beat that?
Okay.
All right. All right. So?
Yeah, I get the question, and it's pretty interesting. Ronaldo played for United. Messi never played for any other club. So we cannot, you know, bring that to table. But it's understandable. Ronaldo did a fantastic job for Manchester United. That's why he won the Ballon d'Or. Talking about how many Champions League Madrid won in the period of 9 seasons. Barcelona, Barcelona won one in 2009, won another one in 2011 and 2015. That's 3. Madrid has 4.
Okay.
So, like this bro said,
All right.
he said that Messi cannot leave Barcelona. And that doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. Because Messi is from South America.
Yeah.
And he's not an European
Player.
guy from South America, and he came to Europe and dominate everywhere.
What is your question?
Now I'm trying to say, can Ronaldo leave Europe and go to South America and dominate South America?
Ah, now wow.
If Ronaldo can leave Europe to go to South America,
Yes, that's what he's saying, that if Ronaldo could leave, yes, that's what he's saying.
I think if he's left, or he's left England to go to Spain, Spain to Italy, I don't think there's anywhere Ronaldo cannot play football. The
All
guy
right,
just
that's
wants
it. Okay. All right.
My name is Raymond.
All right.
The Barca guy has been mentioning statistics of goals, Messi and Ronaldo comparison. Please clarify me about Champions League goal between Messi and Ronaldo. Let me know who is the greatest from there. Thank you.
In the Champions League, Ronaldo is the Champions League top scorer of all time. So I clearly think, even in the Champions League where he talked about Messi dominating with winning titles, if Ronaldo is the Champions League top scorer, I think that speaks volumes. And he's won it again, like I mentioned earlier, back to back to back. It's never been achieved. And even the great Messi, like he mentioned, hasn't done that. So I think that answers the question.
We understand the fact that these two guys have dominated like over a decade now.
Yeah.
We just can't stop talking about them.
Definitely.
Now, what, in your own opinion, in reality, be sincere with yourself, who is that player you would put your money on anytime, any day?
It has to be Ronaldo.
Why?
Without a doubt. Because he's just so much. He's more than a million. He is a leader. He's an inspiration. He's so many things.
But it is perceived that Ronaldo is chasing Messi, he's following Messi, he doesn't want to give up because he feels Messi has something extraordinary. So Ronaldo works extra to meet up with Messi. That's what the argument is.
I like just what you just said. Now, Messi, clearly, I don't think, even I myself, a big Ronaldo fan, would concede to this. Messi is the player that, you know, it's a God-given talent. He was almost born with football. Some of the things he does is extraordinary. And that's just immense for him. But Ronaldo, here's a man called Ronaldo where he doesn't have the sort of footballing abilities Messi clearly has, but he's worked so hard. And if you can work so hard to be the best, which is what I keep saying, he's constantly trying to be the best. If you work so hard to be the best and trying to be better than the best, you have to be the greatest, really. And that's what he's done.
My name is Peter. My question is directed to you.
Okay.
You said Messi will struggle even if he goes to Manchester United. Why did you make that comment? When you and I know that even if he finds himself in Enyimba United, he will still play well.
Even if he finds himself in Enyimba, I still say he'll struggle because, like I said earlier, we cannot base our statement on assumption.
Okay.
Messi hasn't played in these leagues, so we cannot say if he will. But Ronaldo, on the other hand, has shown us he can, and he will continue to. So I think if you place Messi in another league, he will struggle because he doesn't have the sort of, cushion that he has at Barcelona. It's a system, it's a religion, like I mentioned at Barcelona. Taking him away from that, it's a comfort zone.
Okay.
Taking him and putting him in a different zone, it's like taking the fish out of water. He clearly will struggle.
Alex, do you have a question for him? Because he's been hammering on this whole dominating this league.
Yeah.
That is his big argument. And he's not ready to let go because he feels that is his power point. I mean, you have a question for him regarding all of this?
No, the funny thing for me, he keeps saying that if Messi leaves Barcelona or Messi is playing to a system, I'll tell you something. Messi ended every single season with Xavi and Iniesta providing more assists to other players than Xavi and Iniesta combined. And that tells you the story that Xavi spent, I think, close to 8 seasons with Lionel Messi and assisted just 37 of Messi's goals. And Messi has scored over 600 goals. So what are we saying? Messi still does the job of Xavi and Iniesta in Barcelona today. Messi still does the job of Messi.
So you're saying he's doing the job of two iconic players?
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Everybody at Barcelona. Let me say something.
All right.
I know Ronaldo is perceived as, a demigod in football.
He's a demigod.
He's fantastic, he scores goals. But when a player drops deep into the midfield, gets the ball, goes past 4 or 5 players, and puts the ball into the back of the net, that's not ordinary. You don't see that week in, week out in other leagues. You see that only from Lionel Messi. And let me tell you something. The greatest goal scored in a cup final was the goal Messi scored against Athletic Bilbao. I don't know if the audience have seen that goal. Went past one player, round him, went past the other player, round him, drops his shoulder, goes in, bang, the ball into the back of the net.
Wow.
Only Messi does that.
Wow.
Only Messi does that. So it's just simple. And the commentator said something. He didn't manage to change that Brazilian coastline to Rio de Janeiro, the World Cup 2014, and the Copa del Rey final 2015. It's just glaring to everybody. Messi plays better than Cristiano Ronaldo in a football game. Messi is entertainment. Football is, you watch football, you sit down and you're relaxed and you see Messi, you're like, oh, the guy is good. Ghost pass players like ghosts. Fantastic.
Sammy, I have a question for him. Come on, guys, fantastic. You can do better than that. Come on. You have a question for him?
Well,
or an argument.
Before I do ask him a question, I'd like to respond to what he just said very quickly.
Quickly.
Boom, boom, bang, 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 boom. However Messi scores his goals. I think dribbling, whistling past 5, 6 players, it's something, it's common in football. Messi does it. Hazard does it. Neymar does it. Coutinho does it. This is a common skill in football. And even Okocha, thank you very much. The great Okocha was known to be the very best at that. And so I don't think it's anything extraordinary. But then again, what I'm trying to say here, or what I've been trying to say, it's not just about Ronaldo playing in different leagues. It's about what he's done and how he's done it. Talk about goals Messi scored. I take you back to the 2016 World Cup in Russia. The goal Ronaldo scored against
2018
Spain.
World Cup.
Sorry, the 2018 World Cup in Russia. The goal Ronaldo scored against Spain. I take you to the Champions League last season. The goal he scored against Juventus. He's been the scourge of Juventus over the years, to the point that they had to bring him to Juventus to come and try to do what he's done over the years for both Manchester United and Real Madrid, to do it for Juventus.
You want to clap?
And he gave a reminder of that with a man of the match, stunning, never ever seen before performance against Atletico Madrid, taking them from the brink of elimination to winning that football game and taking them to the next round with a hat-trick. I mean, you can talk about this all day, but Ronaldo, all the things Ronaldo has done, Messi has done, you can say that. But then again, what distinguishes both? It's just a little extra. I agree, it's just a little extra. And that is what Ronaldo has. The league he's played in, the age he is. I mean, I talked about moving from leagues to leagues. At the age, he's 34. Not so many players will do that. We see players retire at that age because they think the competition is too much. But he sees that. He sees an opportunity in England to conquer. He moves. He sees one in Spain. He moves. He sees one in Italy. He moves.
Are you sure Ronaldo is not about the money?
It's definitely not about the money. Because if he's about the money, we'll see these performances drop. But we've seen him maintain. He trumped all the records that they were at Manchester United.
Money can motivate your skill.
Money can motivate, no doubt. But this is more than money for Ronaldo. It's about passion. It's about being the best, which I continually maintain. Move to a different league and try to dominate, not just do what you've done in Spain. Try to conquer that league, which is what Ronaldo has done in all the leagues he's played for. It's not just about the league. It's the national honor again. Messi lacks that. It's the age again. Messi has shown, unwillingness to try that route. So these are the things that makes Ronaldo the greatest of all time.
Come on, push your hands together for the brother. All right, we have another question. We have a question? Okay, what's your name and who are you directing your question to? Okay, to Alex. Okay.
My name is Eunice Oyakuba. What do you think is the trait that Messi has against Ronaldo?
The trait.
Yes.
What a question. Please put your hands together for her. Brilliant!
Messi.
The threat is Messi.
Yeah, the threat is Messi because you ask Ronaldo who's the best player in the world. Ronaldo goes or gung-ho. I'm the best player in the world.
Because he is.
You ask Pele. Pele said something that caught me. He said Messi is a one-skill player. How does a one-skill player go past 6 players? How does a one-skill player scores a free kick in 6 games consecutively? How does a one-skill player knows what to do on and off the ball? How does a one-skill player... Messi is just...
So are you saying Pele lied?
Pele doesn't really like Messi, and that's just the truth. Pele doesn't really like me, but we're not talking about Pele here. We're talking about Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Now, the threats that what Ronaldo fears more is Messi himself, because you ask Messi. I was watching an interview, and a journalist said something to Messi. Do you know you have 50 hat tricks for Barcelona? He laughed. He said, "I don't know anything about the stats. I just play football and catch fun."
Wow,
that's a man that wants to play football. That's a man.
He doesn't take notes. He just plays football.
He just plays football because he wants to play football. But Ronaldo, on the other hand, is always looking up. I want to beat Messi. I want to be better than Messi. That's why I came to Spain, and it didn't work out for him. Yeah, he left.
All right.
Okay, my name is Tayo, and my question is directed to the Cristiano Ronaldo man. Sure. While I agree with you, Cristiano Ronaldo obviously has fantastic stats. Against Messi. I want to talk about the feel-good factor. A few weeks ago, we saw Messi play away at, is it Rayo Vallecano now? I can't remember. Yeah. Where Barcelona was trailing 2-0. Messi was brought in less than...
just to help you with that. Yeah.
Was brought in
Villarreal.
Less than 15 minutes to the end of the game. And he ended up scoring a scorcher of a goal towards the end of the match. Yeah. And the commentator and the entire crowd in that stadium could not help but stand and hail Messi. That's the away team. And we see this thing happen each time Messi scores in every away team. Everyone stands and hail him. Why don't we have this feel-good factor when Cristiano Ronaldo does the same thing?
I don't think that's a sentiment the rest of the world shares. You talked about the goal against Villarreal and the whole crowd going, wow. I think it was last season, Ronaldo against Juventus.
That's the only stadium. That's the only stadium the away fans have actually applauded Ronaldo.
So that's something.
That's the only stadium.
That's something Messi has achieved that Ronaldo has achieved. The away fans stood up in amazement, not just for the goal he scored, but for the way he scored that goal. So that speaks volumes. I don't see the style in which he scored the goal. The whole fans stood up and appreciated. We're not just talking about Villarreal fans, no disrespect to Villarreal fans, but then we're talking about Juventus fans. Juventus is arguably one of the biggest clubs in the world. For those fans to concede to Ronaldo for his football abilities is not something we see regularly. I think that is huge on my part. Ronaldo having to achieve something like that, and then again, that same club had to move him away for another record fee to bring him to come and do that same stuff here. I mean, Messi is there. They could have gone for Messi, but they decided to go for Ronaldo. He is the greatest of all time, like he mentioned, but they decided to go to not just one of the greatest. They went for the greatest. That speaks volumes for Ronaldo.
All right, come on, put your hands together. Okay, yeah.
You know, he's talking about, you know, the prize fee, the 100 million and the 80 million pounds and all that.
That doesn't come
Manchester
easy.
City brought 400 million for Messi. But, you know, like the guy is loyal. He will never leave Barcelona.
400 million.
400 million.
400 million.
That's a lot of money. And now, let me tell you something. The club knows that that's a huge amount of money. If they take that money and put it into the club's economic sector, it's going to boom. But, you know, the player is loyal to the club. The player wants to play for this badge. He wants to represent Barcelona.
So this is not about money now.
It's not about money now. It's about the love that he has for football. Now, he talked about, you know, the Juventus fans standing up and, you know, applauding Ronaldo's goal. I mean, we've seen that in Malaga. We've seen that in Betis, Villarreal. We've seen that everywhere in Spain. He goes there and he does things that you can't imagine. How can a player chip a goalkeeper from outside the 18-yard area? And I think that's the goal he was talking about. It's a fantastic goal. You know, he does things that, you know, you sit back and how does he do it? You know, Messi is just simply fantastic. And I can accept the fact that Ronaldo has great goal-scoring abilities, but player for player, Ronaldo is nowhere near Lionel Messi. Messi is just head and shoulder above Ronaldo.
Come on, put your hands together. All right. Well, for us so far, it's looking good. It's looking amazing. As a matter of fact, you want to ask that question again. Who will sit on the Iron Throne as the greatest of all time? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or Leo Messi? Well, you guys should continue the debate, but we are right back to Coast Home right here live. This is still the big issue. Well, the debate is still very hot. I've enjoyed every bit of it from the very beginning, and these guys have not failed in giving us their own perspectives of the players we're talking about, Cristiano Ronaldo or Leo Messi. But very quickly, as we coast home, it would be nice for us to understand, you know, where they actually come from, because I would love both of them to tell us, you know, in a few seconds, what they make of their iconic player. I'll begin first with Alex. Alex, for Messi, I mean, in a few seconds, coast this home.
Messi, fantastic, great example, role model, everything, little children look up to. They want to be like Messi. And I'll tell you something, just simple. Take the goals away from Ronaldo. There's no entertainment there. But for Messi, it's a different ball game. If he doesn't score, he creates. If he doesn't create, he just does something crazy in a football game, and you go, wow. But I'll tell the audience something, and and the viewers out there. He's still playing. He's still 32 years of age. Let's enjoy him till he retires, because it's going to be a sad day when Messi leaves football.
It's going to be a sad day when Messi leaves football. Come on! Put your hands together for him again. Oh, my goodness. That actually hit me. It's going to be a sad day if he leaves football. But don't worry, even if he leaves, someone else will rise. Why not?
Definitely.
My brother.
Definitely. Well, I'd like to follow on from where he stopped. Football is a lot of things. And I think if you want to be the best, you have to put aside emotions in football. Messi clearly plays football with emotions. And that's why he's refused to leave his comfort zone to better himself as a player. I actually think if he's, moved on from Barcelona, he would have been far, far a better player than he is today. So I think to be the best, and for people out there who need inspiration, look up to Ronaldo without a doubt. He's clearly shown you a pathway to success. He's not, a born skill type of footballer, but he's worked his way to the very top, competing. Even the great Pele and Maradona, they talk about it all the time. To be the best, you dominate everywhere you go to. Keep dominating. Raise the bar. Don't just raise it. Be that bar. And that is what Ronaldo has done ever since he burst onto the football scene.
Come on, guys. It's been an amazing time. But before I end this, we're going to do something crazy in a bit. But before we do that something crazy, guys, come on, you can shake hands now. You can shake hands. Come on. Nice one. Thank you very much. Now, guys, let's do the victory chant. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Oh, 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 oh. much, of course. This is still the big. It's been an amazing ride right here on the show, and I really must say thank you very much for actually sticking around watching this. And if this was a movie, I want to tell you that you are the best part. My name is Marco Tabo. You can actually follow the handles at TVC News NG and TVC Connect right there. And my handle is Marco Tabo. Special thanks to TSG Arena for this amazing jersey. And we would keep on this debate as a matter of fact. And I always remind you, no matter what happens, let's keep it real. The big issue is that show you want to stick to. And trust me, 24/7 will make you feel good. And wherever you are, always remember that this is the place to be. The big...